Hi y'all, today we're going to discuss how selection alters genotypic and allele frequencies in a population and the effect of selection on the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium through a fictionist population of soldiers. The key to understanding how selection works is understanding the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. This is the principle that allele frequencies remain in equilibrium unless one or more of the 5 assumptions pictured are violated. Our population of soldiers is in equilibrium as we have an infinitely large population, random mating is occurring, and there is no natural selection, no migration, and no spontaneous mutations, as they are at peace. If a population is in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, it is not evolving on a specific gene, and the Hardy-Weinberg equation is p squared plus 2 times pq plus q squared, and this has to equal 1. P is the frequency of one allele, and q is the frequency of the other allele. Now let's take a closer look at our population. Again, our population meets the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium standards. We have a total of 100 soldiers, and we are looking at the trait that determines which side they are on, but to simplify that, we'll just base it off of their color. The trait is determined by one gene with 2 alleles, big T and little t. There are 3 phenotype and genotypes possible. We see here that we can have green soldiers who are big T, camel soldiers who are big T, little t, or heterozygous, and tan soldiers who are little t. Diving even deeper, let's take a look at the frequencies of our population of soldiers. To calculate the genotypic frequencies, we will take the number of soldiers under each phenotype and divide by the total number of soldiers, which is 100. I've already gone ahead and shown the calculations for the genotypic frequencies on the screen. The frequency of big T is 0.49. For big T, it is 0.42, and for little t, it is 0.09. We also need to calculate the allele frequencies, which we can do by taking the number of alleles and dividing them by the total number of alleles. I have shown these calculations on the screen as well. The frequency of the big T allele is 0.70, and the frequency of the little t allele is 0.30. These all add to 1, which indicates these frequencies calculated are correct. To ensure that the population actually is in equilibrium, we will double-check this random mating assumption through 2 methods. We can utilize the Hardy-Weinberg equation to substitute big T for P and little t for Q. We know that the frequency of big T is 0.7 and the little t is 0.3. Using the values in this equation, we find that this population fits the Hardy-Weinberg law, as the calculated frequencies do add up to 1, and this fulfills the random mating assumption. We can also utilize the Punnett square method as shown to double-check that the random mating check results match the original genotypic frequencies to determine that the soldiers, again, are in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Now, as we've been utilizing the soldier population to explain the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, a war has broken out between the green and tan soldiers, leading to polarization of the population. After the war finished, we found that the post-war population fitness for the genotypes were as follows. The fitness of the green soldiers, big T, remained at 1. The fitness of the camouflage soldiers, big T, decreased to 0.3, and the fitness of the little t, tan soldiers was found to be 0.7. Now, utilizing these new fitness levels and the pre-selection frequencies, we were able to calculate the unadjusted survivors and frequency after selection. Unadjusted survivors is equal to fitness times the frequency, and the calculations are shown in the table. With these calculated values, we were able to calculate the adjusted genetic frequencies after selection occurred, as shown in the screen. With the new genetic frequencies, we can also calculate the allele frequencies post-directional selection, and these calculations are also shown on the screen. We also know that directional selection has taken place here, as the green soldiers are stronger than the camouflage and tan soldiers, due to them having Hulk-like capabilities because they are green. We can predict that polarization and fighting continues to increase with more wars taking place. Then the green soldiers' big T population will dominate or increase, while the frequencies of the camouflage soldiers, big T, and the tan soldiers, little t, will decrease. Now I have organized all the values we have calculated earlier into this slide to demonstrate that this occurrence of directional selection violates Hardy-Weinberg. We know that all of these calculated frequencies are correct because they do add up. Now comparing the pre- and post-selection genotypic and allele frequencies as shown on the screen, we see that these frequencies have changed from one generation to the next, which is an issue as this is a violation of the Hardy-Weinberg law, as this indicates natural selection or differences in fitness occurring. And we know this is true because the fitness levels did change as a result of the conflict that occurred between the soldiers.